Hello everybody, Hernke here. Happy Thanksgiving from the Hernke family. Tonight, I'm going to be cooking a family recipe. A Hernke family recipe. A Paul Hernke family recipe, to be more exact. I'm going to be cooking the famous Hernke stuffing, which we all love and enjoy. Well, Christoph never liked stuffing. He doesn't know what he's missing out on. So, I'm going to tell you guys how to cook amazing, simple stuffing right here in my wife's kitchen. Isn't it a beautiful kitchen? She set it all up. So, let's give her some credit for that. Kudos to Lisa Hernke. Thank you. So, very easy recipe we're going to do. Got my pan here, a little warmed up. Going to need some ground beef. I got 2 pounds. The reason why I got 2 pounds is because we're going to have a lot of people over for Thanksgiving. And you need some pork sausage. You can also get Farmer John's regular pork sausage. I couldn't find these, so I got the good old Jimmy Dean's pork sausage. And you need some traditional stuffing, Pepperidge Farms, or you're going to need packaged stuffing. So, and then bread, cubed up, dried. This has been sitting out for days. Just let it get all dried up like that. And then for the gluten-free people out there, we have a gluten-free option right here. This is dried up gluten-free bread, and I'll be setting aside a little bit of meat, mixing that up just for the gluten-free people, which is my wife. So, alright, let's get started. Shall we? So, got a little virgin, extra virgin olive oil. Pour a little bit of that in that pan, like so. There we go. Get that going. Swishy, swishy, swishy around. Then we're going to put the ground beef in there. 2 pounds. Usually I do it with 1 pound. But since we are having a lot of people and I like extra leftovers, I'm going to do 2 pounds. So it's all clumped up like that. So you have to, after a while, I got it. You have to kind of meddle around with the spoon and let it cook. I'm going to turn it up a little bit higher. And you got to break it apart. This is the kind of the tedious part of cooking the stuffing, is you have to make sure all of this is broken apart while you're cooking it. And the same thing with the pork sausage too. So once this is all cooked up, you'll put the pork sausage in next. So grinding it up a little bit, and then you want to take a little salt and pepper and give it some seasoning. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake. There we go. Just like that. I know, well, it's looking at me like I'm a dork, but yeah, you gotta shake it around like that. This is what happens when your salt shaker's around the oven and the stove top a little too long. It starts to melt, so be careful when you do that. I can't wait to get a new one. But yeah, so we seasoned our meat, and now we just break it apart. If you want to go in on this. There we go. And once that's all cooked, we'll be back for the next round. There we go. So the meat is finally all cooked. Looks perfect. Got still very oily, which is good. So once it looks like that, then what you want to do is take the pork sausage, open this bad boy up. I'm going to put the whole thing in there. Look at that. Delicious. Now, if you want to be bold, you can do other flavors. You can do like the sage pork sausage, you can do the spicy, but I'm just going to stick with the traditional Paul Hernke style regular pork sausage. That's how I've always been doing it. Anyways, make sure you get all the goodness out of there. This isn't raw cookie dough, so you shouldn't eat it. Okay? This isn't Toll House cookie dough that just came out of the... Make sure you tell your kids that this is not Toll House cookie dough. I got it. Rinse your hands. Get the cranberries out of there. All right. So there she is. Got to do the same thing. It's got to peel it and break it apart. Mix it in with the ground beef that you already have. Now, depending on how you have it, might take a few minutes, but just feel free to just break it apart like that and spread it around. And wait till it's cooked. And when it's cooked, we'll be back and I'll show you what the next step is with the vegetables we have. Stay tuned. Alright, so the pork sausage is now blended into the regular ground beef. Looks really, really delicious. So once the meat looks fully cooked, the next thing you want to do is take some fine chopped celery. This is organic celery from Whole Foods. Chop it up real nice. Throw it in there, like so. And you want to take your onions, your fine chopped up onions, that'll make you cry. You're either listening to Christmas music that's going to make you cry, or you're chopping onions that's going to make you cry. I was listening to Christmas music and chopping onions, so I got a double cry. So you gotta pour these in there too, like so. And then you're going to just stir it around until the onions and the celery are just kind of sitting there and get cooked a little bit with it. So let's mix this around and see what it looks like. Ooh, look at that. It's looking good. So you want to be careful when you add celery and onions. You don't want to add too much celery that'll overpower the meat. You want to have the right balance, because one year I added way too much celery and there was less beef in there and it didn't look the same. So I always do like 3 or 4 celery stalks and a half an onion. And yeah, I'll let them cook for a little bit and then we'll go to the next step, the stuffing. Alright, back again. So, this looks all evenly cooked, looks delicious. It's just ground beef, pork sausage, onions, and celery, a little salt and pepper. So once it looks completely like this, everything looks cooked, you want to take your traditional stuffing mix. Here we go. Got all the seasoning, the flavor in there. Give it a good shake. There we go. A little Thanksgiving shuffle shuffle. And then we'll be pouring it into this bad boy here. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. And this is where these big guys come in too. This will help. And then for the gluten-free, we'll do the same thing here. A little bit in here. Let's start with a little tiny bit. So we'll first put hers aside. So this will be the gluten-free batch. You just tell me when.
When?
Really? That's it?
I don't want a
One more
lot
for
of
good
meat.
measure. There we go. Just give it a good stir around. Like so. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's a lot of bread chunks in there. There we go. So then what you gotta do is to make it mushy. You got a little bit of chicken broth. There we go. A little chicken broth, mush it together. You can also melt some butter on top too. Yeah, this looks pretty good. And then we'll put this in a...
One.
Huh?
It's enough for one.
Yep. And then we'll put that... Make sure this is on low. We'll put that in her little container. And then when it's time to cook, you just put it in the oven in a little oven-safe pan. And then it'll all cook together. It'll all be... I know there's no gluten in it, but it'll be all meshed together and it'll be nice. There we go. That is the gluten-free stuffing mix right there. Let's get these out of the way. You don't want those in there, do you? Okay. Alright, so now we're ready to do the big one. It's a good shake around. I'm not going to use all this bread. I'm going to kind of add it as I go because I want to make sure it's all, it's like I said, if you put too much bread in it, it's going to overpower it. So you don't want to, you want to have a mixture that balances everything out together. So you pour the rest of it in here, like that. And then, here we go. We'll pour the rest of this in here. Saves a little bit, and then you just give it a little stir around. Oh yeah, there we go. Now the stuffing is starting to take shape. Oh, that smells so good. Mmm! 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 That smells so good. You guys are missing out. You really are. You're missing out. This is so dang good. So stir it up a little bit. And then once you feel like you've gotten all the spices and stuff stirred together, it's still kind of... You still got to really work your way around the bowl for the dish. There we go. There we go. So yeah, you want it to start looking clumped together like that. That's how stuffing should look like.
Your stuffing.
No, that's how stuffing should look like. Now, that's when you start adding these bigger chunks of bread. Trying to find the real stale ones. So we'll sprinkle those on top. And we'll just kind of add them as we go. If it needs more, I'll add more. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the rest of this butter and I'm going to melt this sucker and I'll pour it in there. It can be a half stick. So I'll give it 25 seconds maybe. See what happens. Dab a little bit more in there. Right? I know, I'm a dork. So the butter will help clump it more together, and so will the chicken broth. And I have another open one that I'll start using when I start adding more bread. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, see? There you go. Perfect for your popcorn or your stuffing. And start pouring it on top like that. Here we go. Alright. Time to give it another good stir. Oh yeah. Oh, scheiße. Goes all over the place.
Don't make a mess out of my kitchen.
There we go. So just keep stirring it around until the bread is evenly mixed, and if you feel like you need to add more, add some more. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more to it. The key is just to make it look like it's all mushed together.
Mushed.
Yep. So this is what comes in handy. Is just keep pouring this over. And that's why you stock up on chicken stock. No pun intended. I'm a dork. Okay. Swine a little bit more. And I think that might do it. There we go. Look at how gorgeous that looks. Now, you can either stuff it in your turkey, which is what my dad used to do. But stuffing in the turkey, that's why they call it stuffing, gives the stuffing a little bit more flavor. But if you don't do it that way, you just put it in a pot like this, or a tinfoil pan, and you just leave it cook in the oven for a little bit. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, this is looking good. Want some more, the stuffing looks a little different this year, doesn't it? I think it's because of the bread. Normally I use wheat bread and I shred it up real fine. I have bigger chunks of bread in here, so this looks a little different, but it's still the same taste. Okay. Let's add a little bit more. I wish you could just eat this stuff all day and not worry about calories and carbs. You know? That would be fantastic. But hey, tomorrow's a cheat day for a lot of people, so cheat away, cheat away. Right? Okay. So now that this is all stirred together, see, now the bread is starting to get a little mushy, and that's where you want it. It's exactly where you want it to look like. I think it's ready to go. So yeah, you just put it, when you cook it, you just put it in a low setting in the oven. And when it's mealtime, you bring it out to eat. So let's give it a taste test, shall we? Okay, here we go. Got a piece of celery around there. Here we go. Tastes just like every year. I don't even need to look at my dad's recipe anymore. I got it right up here. That's really good. You guys want to try some? Here. Got you a clean fork. Here, you can have a little bite. Wow. Did you like it? It was good, right? So anyways, that's all for now. Thank you so much for joining me in the Hernke kitchen for another Thanksgiving. This is my first Thanksgiving with you guys since I lost my channel. So, happy Thanksgiving, you guys. There's much to be thankful for. I hope you're thankful for everything in your life. Comment below what you're thankful for. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell below. And that'll be it for now. Cheers.